Hello everybody, this is the Love Yourself Guru and welcome to the Love Yourself TV and welcome to today's episode on how to live in a state of prosperity, wealth and abundance. A beautiful topic, and actually this episode is the first of three, so we're going to have part one, part two, part three, and these three episodes are series, and they're going to be all about how to live in a state of prosperity, wealth and abundance. And in part one today, God willing, we're going to be talking about we're going to define what prosperity, wealth and abundance is. We're going to define the opposite of prosperity, wealth and abundance. So really, what is the opposite of living in those states, and what does it look like and how does it feel? And we're also going to discuss the four types of prosperity and wealth. In particular, we're going to discuss the three types of prosperity and wealth that you need, in my opinion, in order to create, God willing, the financial wealth. So let's begin. If you look at the word prosperity in the dictionary, it says a successful, flourishing or thriving condition. If you look at the word abundance in the dictionary, it says a substantial quantity of something, so a lot, plentiful. And if you look at wealth in the dictionary, it says a plentiful supply of a particularly desirable thing. Wealth measures the value of all the assets of worth owned by a person, community, company or country. Now, what I found is, number one, when it comes to wealth, prosperity and abundance, when you have one, so for instance, if you're wealthy, yes, truly wealthy, we're going to discuss that. If you're truly wealthy, then prosperity and abundance is going to come with that. And if you're truly abundant, then wealth and prosperity is going to come with that. So I found that the three of them, they come in clusters, they come together. If you have one, then the other two will join. So that's the first thing that I found. Now, the second thing that I found that was really like a game changer, it really changed everything and put me, thank God, a billion times in a state of prosperity and abundance, is that I realized that being in a state of prosperity, abundance and wealth was not dependent on my external world. So it wasn't dependent on how much I had in the bank account, and it wasn't dependent on the things that I had. So for instance, you have minimalists, okay? I've watched so many documentaries, read so many books about these amazing people that had everything but they had a lot of wealth, but they felt very unhappy. They were very unwealthy inside themselves, and they gave everything up and they became minimalists, and they discovered this freedom, okay? And they felt that they're the wealthiest people walking on earth because they actually felt wealthy and abundant, and they actually found that your external world, this is what they found, your external world doesn't matter how much you've got. Being prosperous, abundant and wealthy, okay, is not dependent on your external world. It's about how you feel. It's how you feel. And that is a game changer. That changed mine, because you can straight away, you can put yourself in the vibration of prosperity, wealth and abundance, can't you? If it's how you feel. You have people that have millions, but they want, for instance, they still don't feel wealthy. So they're not in that state. So straight away, if you decided that you want to, God willing, be prosperous, wealthy and abundant, it doesn't matter. You don't have to wait for the external things to come. All you do have to change is how you feel. And what I realized is the more you feel abundant and prosperous and wealthy, yes, the more your external world will align to that. It's just a miracle, thank God. It's just a miracle. And you have some people that have got all the external things. They've got the external world that's very prosperous and wealthy, but they don't feel it, so they don't experience it. So abundance, wealth and prosperity is not what you have, but it's what you feel. Game changer. Prosperity, wealth and abundance, yes, is subjective. It's subjective. Subjective to what? To how you're feeling. So the beauty of it is, thank God a billion times, it's always in your control. You can always be in that state irrelevant of your external world. It's all about you, your internal world. So that was a game changer for me. Now let's look at the opposite. So before we go into the opposite, when you live in a state of wealth, prosperity, and abundance, like I said, you're really not dependent on your external world. It's all about your inside world. You're not needy. You're very independent. You're content. You're peaceful. You look at everything with plentiful eyes. You see a lot of everything. You see plenty of everything. You see everything with eyes of gratitude. You're at peace. You always have more than enough. And again, it's on the inside. It's an inside job. So you have people, for instance, that have so much, like a plate, like a table spread full of food, but it's still not enough. And you have people that have a bowl of porridge and they feel so full. So it's really about, it's subjective, and it's about the way you perceive it. And like Wayne Dyer, God rest his soul, used to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if you really start looking at your life with eyes of prosperity and eyes of abundance and eyes of wealth, that's what you're going to see. And how do you look at your life with eyes of prosperity, wealth, and abundance? You feel it. It's all about feeling it. When you feel it, you put yourself in that state and you allow yourself to see it. And the more you see it and you recognize it and you acknowledge it, the more what you see increases and grows, God willing. So let's look at the opposite. What's the opposite? Let's define the opposite of wealth, abundance, and prosperity. The opposite is being unwealthy, okay? And it's having an absence of wealth. Unwealthy is also subjective. It's living in a lack of state, living in not enough. And like I said, I've known so many people that have so much, God has blessed them with so much, but they always feel that they don't have enough. They always feel that other people have more, even though they have plenty. They have plenty, thank God, a billion times, like really, 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 really rich. But the grass is always greener on the other side. Well, that's living in a state of lack. That's really living in it. Even though you're a millionaire, if you still feel that, you know, the grass is greener on the other side, then you're really living in a state of poverty and really living in a state of lack. And again, it's a choice. It's an inside job. It doesn't matter what you've got externally. You could have so much, but you're still living in a state of poverty. And you could have a little and you're living in a state of wealth and abundance and gratitude and prosperity. So the beautiful thing is, it's up to you. It's up to you. You could say, right, you know what? I'm going to live, God willing, in a state of prosperity, wealth, and abundance now. That's it. And you just start feeling it. You start feeling how comfortable your chairs are. You start being grateful for your clothes. You start being grateful for your health. You start feeling how wealthy and abundant you are when you're cooking, and you start noticing all the rice grains, and you notice all the leaves on the trees. You just start living in the state of abundance, wealth, and prosperity. And the more you do that, God willing, the more it will grow. Now let's look at the 4 types of prosperity and wealth. Again, now this is a game changer, another game changer. So the first game changer for me was that I realized that wealth, prosperity, and abundance was subjective. It was my opinion, not my external world, and it was how I felt, not what I had. The second thing is to really understand and get to know the different types of prosperity and wealth. So the first type is your emotional wealth, and your emotional wealth leads to financial wealth, God willing. The opposite of emotional wealth is emotional poverty. Now, emotional wealth, signs of emotional wealth include self-love, self-compassion, healthy relationships, emotional intelligence, work-life satisfaction, living from a space of love and purpose-driven life. And emotional wealth is really when you love yourself, like a billion times, you love your life. You have the majority of your emotions are positive. The majority of your states are positive. You have compassion for yourself. You have compassion for others. You love your life. You have compassion for your life. It's really being in a state of peace. And like I said, experiencing more positive thoughts and positive emotions and really loving yourself and loving your life. So that, I found that was the first. If you want to get to financial, if you want, like, which is the last stage, in my opinion, it's the last stage. It's a last stage. If you want to get to financial wealth, the first thing you can do is you really need to have really emotional wealth. You need to like get that underneath your belt. Like I know a lady that she just, honestly, she had everything, but she was so, the emotional poverty that she had was just on another level. So when I would look at her life and how miserable she was, I just, even though she had everything, I just thought she was so unhappy that I didn't classify that as wealth. Wealth to me, the first step of wealth to me is having this emotional, is really getting the emotional wealth under your belt, really loving yourself, really having self-compassion, really loving humanity, wanting the best of humanity, looking at your life with eyes of abundance, having positive emotions, positive thoughts, really being emotionally wealthy, being emotionally positive, being emotionally, stable, not going up, down, or down, right? Being really, really stable in a state of peace. So that's the first thing. Now, symptoms of emotional poverty are self-hate, anxiety, limiting beliefs, procrastination, perfectionism, lack of a life plan, and no life purpose. So if you really want to be emotionally wealthy, really start to reflect on your life's purpose and really start to work on that, because God has put us all with a purpose. Each and every one of us, we're unique, and each and every one of us, we all need each other, because we all have a certain calling in this world. Well, what's your calling? I really reflect on that. If you're procrastinating, really start doing, start being. Really start to love yourself, really start to love yourself and love your life. Remove your limiting beliefs and start having expanding limitless beliefs. So that's the first step to wealth, prosperity, and abundance. The second one is your spiritual wealth. Are you spiritually wealthy? And so we acquire spiritual wealth when we work to develop virtues such as trustworthiness, truthfulness, assertiveness, compassion, honesty, honor, prayerfulness, etc. So this is really working on your soul. This is really food for your soul. You're nourishing your soul. And if your soul is happy, your soul is your true self. If your soul is happy, then you are the wealthiest person, honestly, in this world. And so questions to ask yourself is, let me start looking at my character. Am I honest? Am I trustworthy? Do I need to work on that? Am I compassionate? And am I good to humanity? Am I good to myself, God willing? The second thing to really ask yourself is, what's your relationship like with your creator, with God? Because your soul needs your creator. You needs God in every single breath that you take. Every single breath I take, I need my creator. I need God. I need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in every single breath I take. And the more I reflect and I spend time, I work on my relationship with my creator, with God, then the more my soul feels nourished And the more I feel safe and secure, and the more I feel wealthy and abundant, because your soul needs your creator. That's it. That's it. So really reflecting on what's your relationship like with your creator. Are you in tune with your soul? Being in tune with your soul is like, first of all, giving it that time to actually to build a relationship with your creator. And are you doing things to nourish your soul, or are you doing things that will make your soul sad? So doing things that will make your soul sad would be things, self-sabotaging things. So are you doing things to benefit yourself, or are you doing things that are really going to hurt, really upset your soul, for instance? And then the last thing is, how would you describe yourself in terms of the virtues you have, which we've already discussed. It's really to reflect on how honest you are, how trustworthy you are, how compassionate you are. So how you are as a human being. Like if you step back and you really took a look at your soul, and you took a look at your life, how honest are you? How trustworthy are you? And all these beautiful virtues, the more you work on them, and the more you work on your relationship with your creator, the more wealthy and abundant, God willing, and prosperous you'll feel, because you're in tune with the true you. You're in tune with who you really are. And the third thing is your health wealth. So first of all, it was your emotional wealth, then your spiritual wealth, and then your health wealth. Now, how healthy are you in your body? How do you feel in your body? So your soul is in your body. Your body is a shell. Yes, your soul is in your body, but your body is your responsibility. So how do you feel? How do you feel in your body? Because how you feel in your body, yes, is going to affect the way your body is functioning for you. So do you feel happy in your body? How do you treat your body? Do you look after your body? Do you take sufficient exercise? Do you give your body the right food? Do you feed your body the positive, good thoughts it needs? Because your body can feel everything that's going on, and all your thoughts, whether positive or negative, your body's going to react to that. So when you're having positive thoughts, your body will function in a way that will benefit you. But if the majority of your thoughts are negative, then your body's going to function it's not going to work very well. Your body needs you. So basically, health wealth is, how are you treating your body? What thoughts are you thinking? What foods are you giving your body? Are you loving your body? Are you proud of your body? And really becoming wealthy and abundant in the way that you look at your body, your thoughts, and the way you treat your body in terms of exercise and good food and good thoughts. So you have those three things, and what I found was, once I had my emotional wealth, once I was emotionally wealthy, and then I was spiritually healthy, yes, and then I had health wealth, yes, I was wealthy and abundant in my health, then my financial wealth was just a result of those three. It was just a result. It just mirrored those three. It also mirrored the fact that, like I said at the beginning of the video, that I realized that wealth, prosperity, and abundance was just a feeling, and I put myself on that vibration. But the more you work on your emotional wealth, and you work on your health wealth, and you work on your spiritual wealth, and the more that vibration, yes, being that state of prosperity, abundance, and wealth, the more like, the higher you get on that vibration. So for instance, imagine this. So you're on the vibration of wealth, health, wealth and prosperity and abundance, okay? And the vibration basically is from here to here, yes? Can you see that? From here to here. When you say, for instance, well, I'm going to start to feel healthy, I'm going to start to feel wealthy, prosperous and abundant. You're here. You've gone on the vibration, but you've not gone all the way up. But once you sort out your emotional wealth, look, you're higher. Once you sort out, God willing, your spiritual wealth, look, you're higher. Once you sort how your health wealth, you're higher. Look how high you are. Look how high you're vibrating, how positive you're vibrating. And then your financial wealth will literally just be a reflection of all of that. You're on the highest level, God willing, on that plane of prosperity, abundance, and wealth. And we finished the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Part 2 of living in a state, God willing, of health, wealth, and of prosperity, abundance, and wealth. We're going to discuss the following topics. We're going to discuss the 4 laws of abundance, the 7-step process of prosperity, wealth, and abundance. I love you loads. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly click on the like button and the subscribe button, and have a brilliant, beautiful, absolutely amazing, abundant day.